You probably already know that Prime Minister Narendra Modi landed in Russia on July 8 to meet President Vladimir Putin. This marks their first encounter since the Russia-Ukraine war began in February 2022. Modi's decision on choosing Russia for his first bilateral visit post-re-election shows India's commitment to strengthening its relationship with Moscow. This is a shift from the tradition of visiting neighboring countries first, as he did in 2014 and 2019. And here's an interesting twist. This visit coincides with NATO's 75th anniversary summit in Washington, D.C., where 32 nations are celebrating the anti-Russia military alliance. India's interest in Russia goes back 7 decades, particularly in defense. During the Cold War, the USSR was India's primary supplier of defense equipment. Despite efforts to diversify with the US, France and Israel, about 60 to 70% of India's defense gear is still of Russian or Soviet origin. Recent agreements include the supply of S-400 missile systems and MiG-29 fighters and joint military hardware production. Modi's visit aims to ensure the reliability of defense supplies, especially with the ongoing standoff with China, and to confirm Russia's commitment not to share sensitive technologies with Beijing. The Ukraine war has indeed complicated India's diplomatic stance. New Delhi remains neutral, advocating for dialogue and diplomacy while continuing to buy discounted Russian oil. This strategy has boosted India-Russia bilateral trade to a record $65 billion in FY24. Moreover, India is seen as a potential mediator in the Ukraine conflict, having engaged in talks with both Putin and Ukrainian President Zelensky. However, Modi skipped the peace summit in Ukraine, highlighting India's delicate balancing act between Western allies and Russia. During his visit, Modi is also expected to address the issue of Indians in Russia believed to be involved in the Ukraine war. This visit, following high-level engagements with Western leaders, underscores India's strategic maneuvering to maintain strong ties with both the West and Russia while managing concerns about Russia's close relations with China. That's all for now. Make sure you subscribe to Business Standard for more such updates like these.